The game has spoilers for itself.
Spoilers?
The game is spoiling. Yeah, the track mode has spoilers.
Well, it starts off showing the pink poodle.
Yeah. All right, load.
Oh, okay. So we're pretty much going here. Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, here we are. All right. I think everything's going for me now. I really can't stand the flat design
No, it's
style.
bad.
It's to top it off, it makes the bar wider, so I like lose some screen space.
Yes, there's less utility in it. I don't know. It's like flat design can work in some spaces, but I think like any other design type, if you just make it the default and put it everywhere, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Alrighty. Brad, we're playing.
I found some brimstone.
Secret of Evermore.
Well, usually I found ash, but this place had brimstone.
It's biblical, so it has brimstone. I'm gonna pop a fresh one here. 1 second.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I was gonna have a beer, but my beer went bad, which is kind of weird.
Did that happen?
Usually that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I contacted the brewery because I bought like an 8-pack and they delivered it to my home.
Yeah.
And the first 3 were great. They were a great beer, and then the second 3, and now the next 4 have all been awful. Like it's just gone bad. So I emailed them about it, and they're like, "Well, we went and checked, and we don't see anything wrong with our they keep old cans of every batch they do apparently, and for quality control."
Sure, yeah.
So I don't know. They sent me a refund. I didn't ask for one. I just wanted them to, because it happened to me once before, and I don't know. Happens once, I figure it's my fault. If it happens twice, I'm wondering if there's a problem.
Sure, yeah.
I figure they should know about it, So I don't know. I don't know what will come of that, but I'm just disappointed because I can't drink the beer that was really good because it's now bad beer somehow.
It's weird. Did it taste like it had gone bad, or just like
it? All the kind of like fruity floral flavor to it has kind of disappeared, and it has this very strong like woody banana peel kind of astringent aftertaste that lingers on the tongue. Like, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it's very unpleasant. So I had a sip of it and then poured it out and regretted having a sip of it because it just the flavor just doesn't go away.
Oh no.
What's over here? So he said there was like a pyramid and a ruins or something.
Where, yeah.
Oh, right, we got a spell that lets us, what is it, this thing? Revealer? Okay, I'm trying to remember what we did last time. So we fell into a pit on our way here.
Did you just sell us, like, those x-ray glasses from the back of the comic book?
Oh, I bet we can go across this, thing. Yeah, he gave us a spell called Revealer.
Weird.
So what else happened last time? So we kind of finished
a lot of amazing dog glitches.
I was thinking we beat
just 3.
We beat a boss and we went inside the volcano and it turned out Fire Eyes hit an evil twin.
Correct.
And
that
then
was 2 sessions ago.
And then the volcano erupted and sent us flying into the Roman zone.
That was not last week, but the week before.
Oh, really? So last week was just Roman zone? So I bet there's a hidden path here. Oh, looks like you've already found it.
Stuck, help.
How'd you get there?
I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, so
Suck
this
me,
looks
dog.
like ruins. Oh, it's
Oh,
that
there's
guy. Oh no, I thought it was the guy that was trying to sell the amulet. So I think you
twin.
are, like that time that I walked through the desert, or we walked through the desert, I think that is what you're supposed to do.
Very peculiar. It definitely seemed exactly like every single desert in every single game, where you have to wander through it aimlessly and you have to learn that there's a secret path or whatever. Alibaba's got to tell you or something, Sinbad.
Oh yeah, his name's Chugbander. I always forget this.
Yes. A weekly reminder that our character is named Chugmander. Just for you.
Oh, also, hello, Geo, my dude. I don't think I said hello. Well, look at these bugs.
Dude.
These bugs don't quit. I'm gonna... something them. Let's crush them. 5 damage. I think all the spells do like pitiful damage until you get them to level 1.
Right. Gotta invest. Gotta do magic stonks.
Oh, found a crystal.
Or I mean just barking at a wall.
Barking at it. Can you press a button to bark?
Yeah, but it's also the attack button.
Oh.
Sometimes I just do that. No, just cause it's fun to press buttons. Yeah,
so what else happened? Last time. Oh yeah, people were worshipping you because you were a dog that appeared out of nowhere. And there was a prophecy about a dog.
Pretty sick. There was lots of mercantilism. Went to a forum and traded in the public square.
Right, I traded some stuff to get a bunch of amulets so that I wouldn't have to walk through the desert again. To be fair, it's a very nice dog.
The dog has changed. We've gone through time. The boy is the same. The dog has changed.
Mogus is a nice dog.
The dog has floopy ears now.
Are you saying you didn't like the kind of pit bull version he was before?
Well, what I was saying is that this dog is the same dog as the other dog. It's just got a haircut. It's just got... no. It was in one of those Instagram videos where like somebody shaves a stray dog or whatever, right?
What was that urban legend about a stray dog and it turned out to be a giant rat or something?
Yeah, you get a dog, pet dog in Mexico or something. Put the dog in the microwave, whatever. Maybe a different unrelated urban legend.
Oh, that reminds me, so I'm getting my Apple II kind of working, and I'm trying to figure out if I can stream it or not. And the problem is, like, the Apple II puts out a really hokey video signal.
Sure.
And, you know, like my FrameMeister upscaler makes the picture look nice, but anytime the video mode changes or goes to a blank screen, it, like, sometimes drops the signal or drops color for a little while.
It has a conniption. Look how we just instinctively are trying to murder the mice, even though they're not harming us at all. Is there a build of OBS for the Apple II?
I don't know why OBS would... You mean to run on it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could manage that. It's only a 1 megahertz computer.
D6K modem?
I do have a serial communication port.
It's good. You can communicate to Twitch serially. Serial. What do you think would happen if you tried to send up to Twitch at 56K signal? Is like 56K even enough for audio these days?
Okay, so we've got some wings.
Whenever you use the wings, it should make noise.
Well, if we get soft locked, That's a really weird noise. I don't know what it sounds like on that side, but I feel like it's getting...
I thought the major was a lady.
I wondered if these were like switches or something.
I thought the only lonely place was on the moon.
Wait, are they?
Maybe you have to reveal something. Hmm.
Only I had some... Oh.
Wow, you just spelled your death.
That's kind of funny. So I was thinking about this game, like, what makes... Like, this game does have a story, right? And it's got characters, but they don't seem to have a lot of personality somehow.
Yeah.
And it just seems to be like a lot of subtle things about the way it's written.
I think there's a difference between a game or something having a story and something having a other. I think okay.
Having a story and having a what?
I think there's a difference between something having a story and something having a plot. I would say this game has a story. I would say this game has no plot. It's just so far it's just like a list of things that happen. Which I'm not necessarily like it's not always a bad thing, right? Like,
yeah, I know people who do
doesn't have a story or it doesn't have a plot, but it definitely has a story, right? Story of you raced in a cart. You know what I mean? And you came first and you got the trophy.
Oh, I do have something I can throw, don't I?
But yeah, I would agree that there isn't a lot going on in terms of characters, the things they believe, think, and feel. It's important to them.
I don't know, I was kind of thinking of, like... I played Star Fox Zero and... Oh, right, the reveal spell. Thank you.
Yeah. I remember when I was like, what if there was something you could reveal?
Did you say those words?
Yeah.
Okay,
A door right here?
Look at that face.
Don't talk, idiot.
Ooh, vinegar. I just reached into that pot and pulled out the vinegar and put it in my pocket.
Big old handful of vinegar. I thought Star Fox Zero was like, it wasn't a fantastic game, but it was nowhere near as bad as people said it was.
Oh, it was pretty good, I thought.
We talked about it like it was the worst game ever.
What I thought was like, the controls were really bad because they forced you to use the Wii U pad in a really horrendous way. Oh, greetings, young friend. Okay, you can... Sure, why not?
It is a lot of cliches. Perhaps intentionally. I think that Star Fox always was. Or we were talking about this game.
Oh,
this game is also a series of cliches.
I didn't finish my thought about that. Like, the bad guys show up in that. There's like Dark Fox, or... I forget what the name of the bad guy was. Oh, you need some healing, eh? Which one heals?
Fox is also a series of cliches, just of a different sort.
But what I mean is, like, the enemy shows up, you know, they've got a cool, like, face or whatever, but they don't really stick around long enough to say stuff to make you think about them. They're just, like, there, and they exist. You know what they look like. And
Ross's enemy is my enemy.
They never really say enough to make you, like, make the character stick, make them start feeling like a character you wonder about or want to...
Yeah, they're just sort of there to
know more about.
What about here? There looks like might be light coming through here.
And I feel like a lot of the characters in this game feel kind of like that as well. Like, there's Blimp in the swamp, and he had very little to say. He's come back like twice, but the only thing... He's mostly been there to say, here's the thing you need to go to the next place, you know?
Hey, my name's Blimp, and I got a night if you want. But your pow, everyone loves me. You know me, I'm Blimp. Alright, see you, crazy kid.
And it's like, I think this game actually has more that way than like the Star Fox bad guys did, but it has that same kind of empty feeling to it in a weird way. Hi there, Enigma Wave. Oh, wait, did I say hi already? I forget.
Maybe.
Probably did.
Go this way. What about that cat pilot? Catia.
So
What are
we
you
opened a
doing
door, right?
here? Yeah, what about over here? Left.
Oh, that's a door?
Lamau.
I thought I walked into there and nothing happened before, or maybe the door was still closed.
You gotta use the Wolfenstein approach. You gotta run around the area of every single room and mash A. Just in case. Yeah, I think a lot of times people dump on games that have no plot, as though that's necessarily always a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I just think of a good story as something that can be a thing that makes a game compelling for you, but it doesn't. That's not the only way to skin a cat, you know?
Yes.
And same thing with films. Like, a lot of times people talk about how terrible the story of a movie is, and for them, often they're like, no, this movie's horrible and I hate it. And it's a movie I love. I watched the other day Legend. I don't know if you've ever seen this, like in 1984. I think it was 84 or 86 or somewhere around there. Ridley Scott movie, fantasy movie. Amazing. It's got amazing art direction. Like, everything looks really neat and magical.
God, confounded. Trapped here.
And
stylish.
It has like a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that.
Sure.
It has a really loose plot.
Almost dead, also.
Like the acting is kind of almost like David Lynch style, where like people are throwing hard into something where it doesn't seem to match up with what's going on quite as well as it should.
Sure.
Like, it seems like their prompt is something that you're not seeing, that kind of thing. I don't know. So there's like lots of things to criticize about Legend, but like, to me, it's an essential film. Like, it's one I'd watch again and again. I have watched again and again, you know?
You're almost dead,
yeah. Maybe this heal will level up and then it'll become like superpowered like it did in Secret of Mana.
Who knows? You get that. There's lots of, I don't know, like, everybody goes into games or various media with some priorities, right? Things that they like to see, things they're expecting from it. And inevitably, there's more to a given medium than one set of priorities, right? One set of aesthetic values.
Yeah. Well, and it really makes it hard. You know, people want to say, I don't like this game, I don't like this movie or whatever. And they can point to the things that are bad. And if I like the same movie, or the same game, usually I can look at them and say, yeah, those things are bad. But this game is compelling for me because of other things that it has. Like, I like this about it, I like that about it. The things that are bad are not enough to put me off. And usually, I think it's hard to describe what you don't like. The worst part is, the hardest thing to describe is like a really mediocre movie or game or something where nothing's actually really bad, but it just never did anything that really drew you in.
Mm-hmm.
And the lack of something exceptional is really hard to describe because it like has all the things that a film should have. You're just not liking it.
Middle of the road.
Yeah.
The game that I was playing recently was like that, where
your
dog said theme of it was like, it's sort of like a reskin of Star Trek. Like, it basically just is Star Trek, but they can't write Star Trek on it. And it's like a tactics game in the mold of 100 other tactics games we've seen.
Mhm.
It doesn't particularly do anything interesting with that. It just sort of like is a tactics game. The art aesthetic is very like 2010 pixel art, so kind of thing. And every element on its own is well executed, and there's lots of charming and fun moments of it. Yeah, I think the thing that really kills it is just the whole thing is just thoroughly 70%.
Oh no!
Ooh,
Oh wait, where do we come out now?
this is weird.
That's weird.
Very weird. And yeah, like the whole game is like 70% good kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nothing really sticks out. It would almost be better if there were some moments of the game that were 40% and other moments of the game were 90%. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
As a result, the whole thing is just kind of like, okay, see what you did. Ooh, yep, that's a Star Trek joke. Maybe I'm not the target audience, right? Like, Star Trek is fine. I don't hate it. I'm not a big TV watcher. I get that it's like important media for a lot of folks out there.
I think I did play as the boy when the dog was gone last time.
Yes, you did.
And Jacone is trying. Oh no, we got no.
Except for the point where I beat the boss. I think I played for the boy for a bit.
Right. Oh, yeah, what's this? That looks like it should be a secret, eh?
No
Guess
idea.
it's not.
How's it going, Jay?
Oh,
Exactly.
I can see a face up there. I think we have to step on that for sure.
Just need to make it across the next section without being knocked into the yawning abyss. Gaping maw of despair. The interminable plunge of forever.
I'm not allowed to cast Revealer, so I'm gonna stay up so that I don't get knocked into the pit.
Shame pizza? Is it time for shame pizza? Yeah. Seeing stuff in Toronto post-pandemic, not post-pandemic, I guess we're still there. Most of the world is as bad as it's ever been. Seeing Pizza is closed down and boarded up, which is something I never thought I would saw in Toronto. Torontonians love their garbage pizza.
Pizza is eternal.
Well, not anymore.
Pizza is essential.
Like a lot of really bad pizza here. Fall down there.
So it doesn't let you cast Revealer if there's nothing to reveal, which is probably nice. Since you have to kind of grind for the resources to cast spells.
These demanders, or whatever they're called, now level 2, are annoying as all else.
What's
I
annoying?
have to whiff punish them. These dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Satyr, incubus looking.
Let's see how much healing we get now. 50. That's like almost double what it was before.
2 hits. Flavored limited learning store. The purveyor of fine paper products.
There we go. We opened a thing.
My name for pizza is ketchup on brown paper towel. It's really bad. Really bad. At a certain point, a medium pizza should cost more than $6, right? I kind of hope that they're putting more than $6 worth of ingredients in it. Oh boy.
I feel like the cheese is the most expensive part of a pizza. Oh, I gotta revive you there.
Yeah. Cheese ain't cheap, baby. It's actually really expensive.
Like cheese and labor are probably the most expensive parts of a pizza.
Pizza twice as being vehicle armor. Ablative. Is ablative a real thing, or is that a Star Trek thing?
Oh yeah, ablative is a real word.
Okay, I just didn't know.
I think it means that it's designed to like deflect things rather than
Absorb.
Yeah, I think that's what ablative means, but I'd have to look it up.
Or breaks off. Is it sort of like a crumply thing? Right?
Oh,
it's meant to discharge kinetic energy by.
So it gets hit and a piece of it breaks off to. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I had a sense of it, but not the full sense of it.
Instead of absorbing energy, it, passes it onward.
It ablates, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so we hit that thing.
Beeroo. They're annoying. Let's trade. Trade them hits.
So I guess, like, I could say of Secret of Mana, like a lot of that game felt like a dungeon is a formula, like here's dungeon boss, that kind of thing, and like you're,
friend.
And a lot of JRPGs feel that way, where it just feels the structure of the game is spaced out in a very particular way. Where are you going? We just came from up here.
We gotta cross the bridge.
It would be down here.
Okay, so.
I think so. I think we haven't gone this way. Or
I think you have to go around, but I'll follow you. Take your lead here. Captain on my captain.
Let's see how heal
well, in
does.
JRPGs, oftentimes the battles are a narrative device. That opens the bridge. I think we gotta go around. The bridge is in the place that you fell off a few times, right?
Like to the left? Or...
Yeah.
I want to see what's to the right first. I feel there must be some way to... Hang on, I want to cast... Aha! So these things on the ground are places where I should be casting Reveal. I think that's
Seems so.
what I should have learned earlier. What do we got here? Ash. Ash?
Looks like the switch that we hit, unhit. Yes, I do believe we just emptied an urn. That was the king of the weird panpipe creatures. Yeah, I think maybe that switch is on a timer. I heard it go bugga bugga ba again.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty sure I hit it twice.
Totally, yeah. Level 1 fireball.
Oh, they're dancing fools, I forgot.
You're gonna need to hit them more than once. If you're only doing 15 damage. See that thing, do that stuff. You are a dancing fool. Right, let's go, let's get out of here. Come on.
I just want to see how long it lasts.
Long enough to get where we need to go. This is a video game.
Yay! Oh, okay, there, it closed up. Ooh, call bead. That was a good rare drop.
I'll run interference.
Jaconis would be honored if his ashes were turned. Oh yeah, ashes from an urn. That is weird. Okay, so you think we have to run all the way around to the left and not around to the right?
Correct. There's nowhere to go on the right-hand side. But also the cutscene that it triggered showed something else opening up on the...
A cutscene?
The little thing where the bridge opened up. There's
This
the
thing?
bridge.
Oh. I missed the cutscene somehow.
Liam was right about everything.
As usual.
Yes, the background I have is just the box art.
What was its name? Threx or something?
Judy?
I think its name was Threx. The like bug monster with the rib cage.
Not Judy.
I don't think that's what it was named.
There's a cafe down the street from me where the owner is named June.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a lovely name.
Brimstone.
3 parts brimstone, part mouse. Susie. Reveal yourself to me. What are the alchemical reagents?
Reagents? I think it's reagent.
The alchemical reagents in a reveal spell.
There is an answer to this.
Wax and ash, it seems.
2 ash, 1 wax, yes.
We're doing good then. We can cast 10 more.
Wait, where did it turn out that I could look at my...
The item pouch. So in the items, there's an item that's the items.
Yeah.
You select item from the items, you get to see the items.
I don't think we went down and right here.
There has to be a great time. Yes, it is. It is, Jamie. It's been good. Good time. I'm playing as dog. So Brad gets to worry about all the items and spells and equipment and nonsense. And all I have to do is run around and go arf, arf, arf.
Oh wait, is this where we came in?
Yeah. Say Aru a lot. Aru!
Okay, so did we...
why we went over there. But we did. When me and Brad also played Secret of Mana co-op together. And it was a bit of a frustration, I would say, that I refused to equip any items on any of my characters. This kind of has worked out really good for Brad and I. Because it, leads to both of our skill sets, right?
I want to check out the bottom left. See, there's something... Oh!
It's a sea grot.
Can't get in there. I want to get in there.
Behind here, right?
Where am I?
We're gonna get the rocket launcher really early.
Hang on. So I can go left, and then I can go down, and then I can go left again. Now I don't know where I am. Okay, I'm in the bottom left corner. Oh, I am moving.
The top left. Oh, all hacks. Brad's putting in G codes.
Pixie dust.
Pixie dust. Yes. Sick. Great work.
That's all that was for?
Oh no, Pixie dust is pretty good. I ain't hating on it.
I guess we can both have it.
You using it out of protest?
Well, no, it's just because we're
on the dog.
Full up.
Mana reaches level 15.
Oh,
you gotta go, yeah, and then down. and then over.
Nope.
Yeah.
So I'm going down right,
Left now.
down left.
Now down. Yeah. Now right.
Okay.
Now up. Woo! A toaster sounds pretty cool. Is it a Brave toaster? If so, how big is it?
It's a very brave toaster. Oh, hi there, Jamie Fry 22. So I feel like there must be a way to get into here. I don't know. It's probably just more pixie dust.
Just maybe.
So we hit a switch and it said a door opened, right?
Yes. And the answer to your secondary question is yes. We did hit a switch. We heard a door open. That's how we made it into this area. We went across.
Oh.
And we got trapped. Okay, this looks new.
Is this a boss? What is this?
Guy? Minotaur.
I'm gonna crush him.
Yeah, crush him.
Mini-tar. It's a
Mini-tars
Mini-tar.
hate getting crushed. Allergic to it. Wow, he just gored you. I'm gonna charge up my big dog chomper. Big chomp attack. I'm a big chomping doggy.
So this area's had more music than, or like more, less ambient and more tuneful music.
With those wall textures to fire. I also like how you can see where they end.
This boss is pretty vicious.
Yeah. That's true. Magic on him. Hit him with fireballs. He hates that. Okay.
8
8
damage.
damage. We're getting there.
Crush, 8 damage.
Can't seem to hit him. I don't know if that's on me.
Maybe defend would be useful.
Yeah. The defense is the best offense.
What did oh, he just hits me with his earthquake spell.
Yeah. Alright, let's see if I can get a hit in. No.
He's so fast. That's...
He's going many fast per hour. I don't think he's casting a spell. I think he just touches the ground. The ground is like fine. It's legit hard to attack him as the dog.
I'm out of heals.
These items.
What have I got? I got nectar. I guess we're past using petals now.
You don't even have them.
So I have, what other spells can I cast? I can cast Crush more.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll level up. I can start doing damage with it. I'm playing like hide and seek. He's just chasing me around the pole. There we go.
Hit him
Teamwork.
for 120 damage. That's something.
Or maybe I should save the nectar for the boy and I'll use the bones on you.
Save the nectar for the boy. You're getting just messed up here.
Yeah, he gets 2 attacks on me while I'm still in stun. Oh, thank you. He's been converted to bones.
Go get his pickup. Oh, he doesn't have it. Converted him to yeah. Converted to bones. Breed him with explosives and just let him rip. Like these columns. Look at the columns, Brad. I'm gonna do a save state. Hold on. Forget
Okay.
the key. Is it F2 to save state?
Maybe.
If
Only RetroArch would tell you what keys were assigned to which actions in the menu. Oops.
Yeah, why would you ever do something like that?
Alright, so...
Give me the point.
Do you think another door opened? Do you think there's like 4 doors in the main area and we just open another one? Yeah, the art direction, the music are both big high points of this game for me. Like, I really love the setting.
Yeah.
I really love the setup of this story. I think it's a good idea with a lot of potential. So, did we go through this one before? Yeah. Wait.
I don't think we did.
That looked new.
No.
Because there's a face.
I don't remember these. This puzzle.
Oh, I see.
Puzzle.
When we try to go through... Oh, I don't know.
Hit by the shiny dancer or whatever.
I can't carry any more nectar? I used a nectar, though.
Hit it. No, you didn't. I think you held on. You were like, I'm gonna save the nectar so I can heal myself.
But I did use one on the boy.
Okay.
Do I have to walk out of the room to, like, reset the switches?
I don't know. Let's find out. I think that the game's atmosphere is, like, where it succeeds. And so it almost doesn't matter that the main character, boy, is completely unlikable and uninteresting.
So... I think after hitting that one, I can hit this one, and that... No.
Do that stuff. It is the dancing queen. This asshole. Story is definitely lacking. Yeah, and in the terms that I like to use, I would say that this game has a story, but it has no plot. It's just a thing. Just a bunch of things happen.
Well, like...
story is the things you do.
Okay, so that looks like a place... Is that a place we want to get into?
This looks like a place. I mean, at this point, like, what we've done is, you know, we went to a place, and then we've just sort of been on a guided tour of this world, right? We're just going sightseeing.
Like, the boy isn't in any kind of immediate peril, and he's not on any kind of, like, guided... There's no overarching goal for him, you know? Like, he wants to get home, presumably. He hasn't really said much about wanting to do that, but presumably.
Yeah. Like he's gotten involved in the machinations of other forces in this world, but not in really an active way. You know, he doesn't seem to... So... I wonder if he manipulated or anything.
What do you think about these switches? What if I just give you the camera? You can dog inside there.
Dog. Heard that snitches get switches.
Oh, except you can't steal from the pot, can you?
No. Maybe you can travel upwards while off camera. That's right. See what we just did? The glitches.
That's a funny thought. Now I've locked you inside.
You killed your dog.
So how do we open this one, though? Oh!
You just did it, baby.
1, 2, 3 was the order. You've fallen into the spooky zone.
You have fallen into the zone of pure spooky. So they said they have all these automatic doors right by the big skeleton pile.
So if there's light at the end of a cul-de-sac, it's telling me there's a door there, I guess.
Suppose so. Gadoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-gadoo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah. I think this game has a story in the same way that, you know, a game like Mario Kart has a story. Where, like, you do stuff, you go on a thing, there's trials, right? Some things are hard to do, other things are easier to do. No. But, you're not really involved in any of the details of the world, right? A story for Mario Kart could be like you're learning about, I don't know, erosion on Koopa Beach. Right? And you're organizing a kart race in order to try to raise money to protect the habitat of the Koopas that live there, right?
And another secret maze.
Yeah. That would be the plot of Mario Kart in my my reimagining of
Okay,
it.
where am I? Bottom left.
I'm left, baby. Dog, dog, dog.
Honey.
Honey.
So the thing that's getting me about these is that, like, you have to push in the direction for a little while after, like, the camera hits the edge.
Sure.
I think what was happening was I kept turning back a little bit too early.
Right. I have no idea where I am, so don't worry about me. Shouldn't have followed you, but I did. Now I'm dead.
Amogus is no longer Amogus.
No. Bogus the dog. You are a good dog.
Okay, I'm gonna run
Yeah,
across
real-
these.
Do 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 do. You stop running, or did you just run out of energy?
The dog doesn't come with me?
Apparently not.
Oh
I
no.
thought I was dead.
I think I crashed it because you were stuck behind.
Well, is it donked? Can you open a menu?
No.
Chew.
Alright.
How's that? You act now?
Oh, you paused while I was in the menu? Okay. So at least we know where to go, and
Yeah. We can solve that puzzle.
so it's the
The
bottom
other
left
room,
path? Yeah.
Quickly. No, we don't need to do this. Just, like, give me the camera.
Wait, what were these? Nectar and what was the other thing?
I don't know, man. Well, you really boned it now. Your dog's stuck.
Oh, right, that was the wings I can't carry it. Now I'm
Plague.
plagued. Ah, that's what the rats do. See, we should be killing the rats.
Pox in your house. Okay, just give me the camera.
No, there's an order that opens the third one. I think it's 2 and 3, or...
Boo.
Oh no, I've locked you in
Boo.
there. Or maybe it's
Could've
1,
done
2,
that.
3.
Boo.
So the middle one is nectar, and we know we're full up on nectar, so...
You just sent me the camera. That's what you did last time.
No, I did 2, 1, 3
Go.
last time, I think.
Okay. I meant not give me the camera. It didn't work.
Do we want to try to run across here again?
3. Whatever. Magic.
No, I run out of stamina before we reach the end.
Is there some sort of reveal spell that could help?
Do you think it could? Maybe.
I don't know. There's probably some switch you can hit at some point. I'm also dying. Oh, they have 2 hit points. Don't you care if young Amogus dies, or I'm dead?
That's what the dog biscuits are for.
I think if Dog Biscuits really brought dogs back to life, we would be putting a lot of farms upstate out of business. How that became the thing.
Yeah, if we were like immortal, I'd imagine like it might be illegal to
Dead
breed,
rat.
that kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
it'd become a crime to have a child.
Apparently in China, you're allowed to have 3 children now. They changed that, I think, earlier in the week.
Earlier in the
Three
week?
kids. Yeah.
Oh.
Before it was 2. Like famously in the 80s and 90s, it was 1, right?
Oh.
I'm gonna stay out. And then at a certain point in the early 2000s, I think they changed the race to 2. Anyways, as of June, you're allowed to have 3 kids. Welcome. Don't tell me we never do anything nice for you. I wonder how that is ever enforced. Anyways, we don't have to worry about that now. Okay, here's another solution, Brad. You just gotta give me the camera. That was weird. You know what? It decided we were dead before I was actually dead. Did you see that? I was still going. It's just like...
Yeah, I think we got to try that one more time, because that seemed like it almost worked, though. So the dog's faster than boy. I think that's...
What seems like happened is that the game decided that we had lost before I had actually fallen in, right? Like there was just a point at which it says like, oh, you're dead. We can try it. I'm willing to give it another go, but...
Okay, so you've got camera?
Do I? No.
No, you have camera now.
Okay, ready?
Go for it.
I didn't even fall in. At a certain point, it just gives you a big old nope. Probably need another item that's like, you know, the jamulet of hastening.
I like the idea of a jamulet.
An amulet with some jam in it?
I guess, or maybe it's like a cookie.
Okay.
Imagine it's a jam-filled cookie that you hang around your neck.
It was a jamdallion. It's like a medallion cookie, but with jam. Medallion.
What's the difference between an amulet and a medallion?
I don't really know. The medallion is just the thing at the end, where the amulet is an entire piece, including the chain. It's like integrated, maybe. Or maybe a medallion doesn't necessarily have that to the hardware, but I couldn't tell you.
What if we both run?
Yeah, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, we're dead. Do you think there might be something you could reveal over
Okay,
there?
you want me to cast reveal? I'll cast reveal.
That's basically the hook shot, right? Of this dungeon. You just got the hook shot. So like every problem you gotta solve using a hook shot. You can be a contrarian like me and refuse to use it for the entire dungeon.
I just forgot, but I think of reveal as like
Lens of Truth. The hover boots. It's kind of got hover boot vibe.
well, I just mean there's no open pit here, so what am I gonna reveal? Yeah, it's not revealing anything.
If we do this,
Make it open
Revealing now.
pit? No, I don't think so.
go on an open pit. The camera back. I don't want that filthy thing.
Oh wait, we can't get out of here, can we? So there must be a solution.
Look how the dog looks scared. Like 20 paces away.
I'm wondering if there's like a path that you can walk up and down or something and it won't fall.
I mean, that's the thing video games do.
You know, like the Last Crusade, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he throws sand down, and then Sean Connery dies.
I was thinking more of the time where he steps on the letters to spell out Jehovah.
Okay, yeah. go up. Yeah, I was fine.
Nah, I don't see anything there that's illuminating.
Is it about time we start claiming that the game is soft locked?
Yeah, I should take a look at the ROMhacking.net forum notes.
This is one of these things.
Just because it sometimes is. Where's the... Why doesn't the search results give me... I put RHDN... ROMhacking.net. There we go. Okay. So there's two forum posts from 2013 and 2020. Act 1 does not have my bugs. Speed skill. You can't go back and get speed? Did we get speed skill?
I don't think so.
Oh. Well, we'll never get it apparently. Act 2 bridge dog jump bug. Make sure you get 2 wings to exit next dungeons after jumping bridge with dog. Should be able to buy them. Okay, so when you get the axe, apparently you can't break the walls properly until you leave and then come back for some reason. But that's in the other dungeon. And then the others are saying Act 3, so... Dog won't jump over a broken bridge. Can't break walls with the axe. So, there's not a listed problem with this, which doesn't mean we're not facing another problem, but...
You think that you need the speed skill in order to get over this?
I doubt it, because speed is very missable. I was trying to get it earlier. It was in one of the dungeons we were in, but you have to go through like a hidden wall on the side.
Oh, okay.
And you'd meet a guy. So there's a wall here, maybe? No.
Meet a guy in a hidden area in a dungeon, and he asks you if you want some speed?
Yeah, it's something like that. Okay, so I went over here. This isn't helpful. Can't go over there.
The trial and error on this bridge thing is not so great, eh?
Yeah.
Good, Tarsic. How you doing, my man?
So, like, if a spell was the answer...
I guess, yeah. My man, woman,
it seems like
child,
the running stops after a while.
Monster.
Tarsic says, how you doing in both our channels at once? I like this.
Full opportunity.
It seems like you're just
in better shape. Boy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no. We've done it again. Given that it keeps crashing, I think I want to look up a walkthrough at this point.
Okay. We are glitching up. We are glitching up. Oh. Doing well. I'm just dogging. It's just straight dogging. You know me. You know how I do. Just over here on the right-hand side, dogging it up.
Let's see. Swamp, Salbog. Where am I? Oh, you saved when I was in the wall here?
Yeah.
It's a curious place to save.
It was better than not saving.
I suppose so.
Alright, I've created a save state.
Barking your way does not seem to be the answer.
No, I was trying to think like a programmer, right? Does barking have some special interaction?
So we got the Minitar.
The Maxitar?
You need to dash across the wooden... dash, walk pattern to conserve your energy.
Oh, weird. Okay, yeah, I guess.
Huh. Okay,
Yes.
well, let's give it a try. Are you charging up your barks?
Yeah. You know, you see what I mean? I've been doing this the whole time.
What?
The rapidly switching between running and walking. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! I guess you get ahead for a bit, and then you let go.
Guess? I don't know. Seems really bizarre.
Yeah. Well, I mean, walking through the desert was really bizarre too, but that happened. Doesn't seem completely incongruous. Alright, let's go. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go!
That did feel like I got farther.
I like how the dog walked back to get killed.
So I was just trying to like tap and release and tap and like hold and release.
Yeah. I think maybe the vibe might be to like use up most of the meter in order to get as far ahead of the falling platforms as possible.
I think the idea is
stamina.
Once your stamina hits 0, you walk slower or something?
I don't think so.
Well,
I think it reduces your walk speed. I think
No.
vibe is you run until you're out of stamina. And then as soon as the floor starts just to catch up again, you want to run again. Keep moving.
Maybe.
What?
I like how dog has to come with before that opens.
Yeah, you gotta synchronize the dog. I don't know what your stamina was at when you fell, but it did look better.
Where's the dog now?
Who knows? It didn't crash though.
It also didn't spawn the things I need to get out of here, so it kind of did crash.
Did you need to kill both of them in order to leave?
Oh, there. Now it's crashed.
Sick. It's you.
Oops. Wait, why is my save state back there and yours is... Okay, well, whatever. Let's try again.
Alright. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I love how the dog turns around again.
I think I was holding it too much. So
Achoo!
I have to like feather it.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. That is stupid.
was-
That is a stupid solution.
Yeah. Oh,
Not
well.
happy with that.
Video game. You don't like it? You're not impressed?
Oh, it's just blue goo.
You're so unimpressed that you're gonna crush the blue goo?
Definitely gonna
Yeah, I
crush the
mean-
blue goo.
What was the solution to that? I'm not sure that I have many thoughts one way or the other. It's just sort of a thing that happened in my life. if I was a kid, that would have grabbed me for 100 years. It just would have never beaten the game.
I don't remember ever getting too hung up in this game, but
You're willing to admit that that was some mega BS?
that definitely was. Like, it hung us up today, but it didn't hang me up in 96 or whenever it came out and I got it. So where are we now? Oh, we're back here.
Yeah, we're back at the main level.
I think top right is open now, maybe? Because we've gone... No?
Left?
You know what? We probably have to do that again, because we didn't hit a switch.
Sure didn't. We did leave that area before exploring it fully.
Is it top left? I thought it was bottom left.
Oh, I thought this wasn't open before.
No, this is the earlier area.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, humor me. And the camera. Yay!
The cheating.
I love it. We're not cheating. We're just leveling the playing field here.
Okay, so we didn't go down after getting past this.
It's not cheating. It's just an exploit. The developer never thought that we would hack the ROM to make it two-playable. Oh.
Look, I don't remember ever seeing a guide to this game, and I don't remember, like... The only thing I remember is there was something about the Amulet of Annihilation in a guide, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, you got...
Got killed. I got murdered. Are you ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go!
No, I gotta...
You gotta get your skills up. Achoo! Just keep sneezing. Get away from me, rat.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Made it. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, you fell through a solid part. Did you see that? Huh. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Just watch the percentage bar. What are you watching?
I don't know. I'm just trying to hold right and tap with rhythm.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. You did good for a bit. 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know what I did to get through the time we got through.
I don't know. I put the save state in the wrong spot, clearly. I mean, we're not using save states. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Maybe you just... Maybe you can send me the camera.
Who's got a camera? You've got a camera?
We can just teleport the boy. 3, 2, 1, go. Do you stay on the other side while I have the camera?
Okay, I'll
I'm
try.
curious about what happened. I'm just curious.
Okay.
I guess I don't need to count anymore. Okay, so it just, yeah.
Yeah, it never seemed to work, but...
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go! One.
What if I
two,
just
three.
not?
Maybe the fire on the wall is a place where you need to let go or something. I don't know. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. It just seems to have a pattern. I thought maybe it was a hint.
I was trying to see if it would work if I disconnected, but it didn't.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. This is harder than Battletoads. Am I right?
Hang on.
Okay, ready?
I want to practice
Okay.
a rhythm that doesn't completely drain my. Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. June 17th, I can get my appointment for a second dose. They're letting everybody in Quebec get their shots earlier. Yeah, I saw that.
That's pretty
Meanwhile,
nice.
here in Ontario. Oh, go. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. We're fools. We were so much younger then, Brad. This is garbage. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Do 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I managed to get a shot on Tuesday. Pretty happy about that.
Sick.
Next one's scheduled for September.
We can start here instead. It hurt, right?
Sure.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Made it further. How far can we go?
Well, that looked weird.
Yeah. Okay, we can go like this far. What's happening? Am I sending us?
I'm trying to experiment, but you keep moving forward while I'm experimenting and then dropping us into the pit.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I see what's happening. See, like once it reaches 0, it recharges, so it's hard to see the point where it reaches 0, but you can always retap after it hits 0. Okay, well, I don't know if that helps, but...
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, I pressed the wrong button. So sorry. That's my fault.
I like how it still looked like the boy fell.
Yeah, what a fool he was. He was so young back then. I think you can go a little further.
I imagine I'll be able to reschedule like the second dose earlier than September, but I don't know. Gotta get everybody with the first one first.
I think you can move a little further forward. It might matter. Yeah, let's try this. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go!
How did we do this once? How did...
3, 2, 1, go! I don't know, man. You remember the solution to this, Jay? You've been playing this game for like 20 years or something, right? You stole it from your friend? 3, 2, 1, go! Next fast, left boy behind. Dog is a real hero, is what we're learning here. Okay. You got the strats you're gonna need to succeed, Red?
No, but let's go anyway.
Okay. Press the A button, yeah? Cool. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. That was better. What did you do that time?
I'm just trying to watch the percentage meter and nothing else.
Okay. That's great. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ah. See, it goes to 0, and then I see an immediate 100%, and then I fall.
Weird. For me, like what I'm doing, I guess the dog is just faster, so it's less of an issue. But I let it get down to like the 10s, and then I let go. So it never actually hits 0. I don't know if that's relevant, but...
Maybe.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go!
That seemed like I got further.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Go-do-do-do-do. All right, ready?
Yeah. I was taking a drink.
3. That's fair. You've worked hard. Worked hard for your money. All right, 3, 2, 1, go! Worked hard for it, honey. We're in a dog battle. Very close. 3, 2, 1, go! I believe in you. 3, 2, 1, go! 3 and 2 and 1 and go. And for a second, I thought it was going to give it to us. Okay. 3 and 2 and 1 and go.
You're counting different, which...
Yeah, I'm mixing it up. I'm just trying to keep things light here.
But the thing is, like, I can't... I don't go when you say go. I go a bit before, because I'm compensating for the delay in the audio.
Okay. That's fair.
So if you don't keep it consistent, I can't compensate anymore, and that's why I've been going early.
Yes. Okay, Brad, what did you try? You got this.
No, it's you have to count, because I'm going by your timing.
I'm not dogging, though. Undogged.
Oh, we're trying just the one player version?
Yeah, because I think the thing with the dog is that the dog can get over easy, right? That's not the issue.
Okay.
The issue is boy. What, can you cross just as dog? Give you if human. Let's try this. Oh, our best attempt to cheat.
I think the problem is if I ever let it hit 0, it falls.
Yes, that sounds likely.
I think that's what's going on.
Can you cross just as dog? Will it let you?
I don't know.
If you enter dog mode?
If I enter dog mode?
Yeah, and then you just run across as dog. Okay. Well, we're learning lessons. Okay.
Are you gonna sniff across?
I'm not playing. I turned the thing off. Yeah, I saw a 0 there. I don't know if that's connected. All right.
Oh, I keep waiting for you to count down, and you're not, and you're just... Okay.
It's all you, baby. It's good. Yes! Make some save states. Did it. But you didn't fall over. Oh, Lord. I have a button for that.
Oh, I disconnected the net play by accident.
I think it crashed the game. Oh, no, you just... Okay. We're good. We're good. We did it.
Well, I hit a save state restore, and I think now I've crashed it.
Okay. Should I do a save state?
Well, I did one. At least there's at least one save state.
A good spot.
I feel like we figured it out.
The solution is just to never come back to this room.
I figure this is something that worked easier in single player, though. I finally got enough XP. Is that what happened?
I think Jaconius is trying to gracefully retire the joke.
When let me know when you're hosting again.
As far as I know, I never stopped.
Oh, so should I try?
Yeah. No, I'm still going. I'll stop and start again.
No, it's not letting me connect.
I just rebooted it.
Oh.
Yeah, or whatever the right word is. All right. You're here. Is this working for you?
Let's see. Yeah. It does appear to be working. Okay. All right. We're back.
Hey.
Okay, so we gotta go down here. We never went down before. See, there's the switches.
Is your figure less than Greek? Is your smile a little weak? You open it to speak. Are they laughing at you? Oh man, we did it. What did we do? Not sure. Dog's almost dead though.
We hit some switches.
We did. So I think the way that the joke works is that I had more experience points than Brad in real life, because there was that one time I beat the boss when he wasn't in the room, right? It wasn't. Oh, can you reveal? There was I looked a little bit more excited than before. You have 14 hit points, sir. For Bradley.
Yeah, I should be using that connector.
Yeah, different than in a game when you have characters who are knocked out, not getting XP. So the analog here was Brad wasn't even in the room when it happened, right? Grabbing a drink or something, I believe. The premise was that in real life, I had gotten more experience points than Brad.
So what's this here? So many switches.
This is definitely a video game architecture. It's not clear what the purpose of this space would be. You know what I mean? Like, what are we even doing here? And this gets us back to where that elevator was that took us up. The question is whether or not we're satisfied with the extent of our switchery.
Oh.
Yeah, we just did a lap.
Okay, well.
You want to just double check the other area to make sure that we've got everything?
I want to go back here where there was a locked.
Yeah.
Thing. Oh, okay. That doesn't open.
Is this decorative? Is this a gameplay element?
I don't know.
Hard to say.
That looks like a door that should open in some way, but there were doors in the other areas where you only come out and not. Let's see.
Yours.
Okay, have we opened the fourth door? I think maybe we have. This is new,
Do you recognize this? Or maybe.
I think this is new.
I got cheated. He just teleported in behind us.
Very sneaky dancing fool.
Yeah.
The dancing fool is like the chess knight in Secret Mana.
Yeah.
Or you never hit it because they're always super fast or something.
Yeah. Move around weirdly. Rook. Horsey. Or pony. Maybe you have to reveal something.
I think I just need to hit this.
You got some loot here if you want to loot. Nice. Nice.
Oh, another revives. Okay, time for a dog biscuit. Dog biscuit. Somehow I said dog biscuit.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna say that they're organic and free range. And make a tiny buck.
That's a reflection of the light on the wall. Before there was like a hidden passage when I saw one of these, but it's just the reflection of the torch. I get it.
The throw of the sconce. I'd go for a sconce right now.
So you want me to try reveal?
Blueberry sconce. Delicious.
Oh.
Cup of tea. Blueberry sconce with cup of tea. Anybody? What's your favorite scone flavor, Brad? Seems like you would be the sort of folk with a well-developed.
Scones are flavored?
You can get like a raspberry scone. Or you can get like a cinnamon raisin scone.
So, I guess. Oh, I didn't even see a switch there.
You've never had a cinnamon raisin scone before.
Is
this
I don't
where
think
you're fighting me?
I think I've put like butter or jam on them, or if I got one now, I would put Marmite on it. Marmite and butter. That'd probably be my.
Yeah, the really common ones are cinnamon raisin and raspberry.
Raspberry's a nice jam. Okay, so what did that switch do?
Mint scone. Scone flavored jam product.
What?
On Shark Tank. Scone flavored jam.
Did I say something wrong? What did I say?
I said the two most common flavors of scones are cinnamon raisin and raspberry. And you said raspberry is a good jam flavor.
Yes.
We're just talking about different things.
So you're not talking about raspberry jam on a scone?
No. Well, here's the thing.
The scone is
cinnamon raisin. What's cinnamon raisin jam?
No, but I was assuming that the raisins were baked into the scone.
Yes, as are the raspberries.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh.
You should get up more.
Like baking raspberries into a thing. I don't think I've seen that on a. I don't know.
What about like a raspberry muffin? Raspberry lemon
but
muffin?
scones aren't a regular thing for me. Like I don't.
Okay, that's fine. Fine.
So I haven't seen a whole lot of them in my life. I've seen them, but every one I've seen was plain, and then you put something on it.
That's some proper like English boring food, right?
And long since the last time I've had a scone, I've developed a strong affection for Marmite. So I think Marmite seems like the right thing to put on them at this point.
Oh, it seems horrific, but you know what? I'm gonna respect it. That's BS. They just tucked you out of a corner. That's stupid.
He didn't have a quip about it this time.
Me? Oh, the kid. Yeah. Also, your dog died. Marmite scone sounds criminal. Darkmander, level 13.
There's certain things that like the first time I tried them, they seemed horrible, and then gradually won me over. Marmite was one of those. Like the first time I had it, I was just like, oh, this is vile. Why would anyone? Like I bought it out of curiosity because it had an interesting shaped pot.
Ooh. There you go.
Oh, with that blue goo.
Yeah.
Blue goo tailings. Wait. Oh, we definitely need to go to the bottom right there. Have we been through here before?
No. This I'm not sure on. We'll find out. No,
Oh, there's
the
some
answer I think
ash.
is a hard no.
In case we were running out of
Hard.
ash for this reveal that we need to do.
Yes.
Do you know how I know there's a reveal that we gotta do?
Because you read the walkthrough?
No. There's a tile on the floor ahead, which looks like the same tile that every other reveal spell I've had to cast in this area has been.
Game design.
See?
Also, your dog died.
You'll be back.
So you got. Oh, that was really funny. You got knocked onto the bridge.
Good thing I hadn't revealed it. I wonder if you could use it if you didn't reveal it.
A save. Or no. Maybe it's one of those hover boots things, right?
Wait, where do we find that lady that saves our progress?
Oh, she was like right near the beginning.
Oh,
Don't
right.
dance a lot.
She was at the
More
top
to sort
right
of
of
knife
the main room, wasn't she?
So now that I think about it, like at Caravana every year in Toronto, people get knifed, so maybe it's appropriate.
What? Wait, why? What's appropriate?
This guy is a dancing fool? He never seems to dance though. He just seems to knife you.
Oh.
Carnival every year, people get knifed in Toronto, so maybe that's just part of the thing, right? I don't know.
I see.
I don't go to a lot of dances, but every year people get knifed at Carnival. Like, just reporting the facts. If people didn't get knifed every year, I wouldn't be able to say that. It's not me who's doing it. Also, I really have no control over it. You gotta go up. This guy.
I was wondering if we could talk to this one, like that one we could talk to.
Yeah, no, this time was different. Or that other time there was a monster we could talk to. In like the plumbing labyrinth. The plumbing volcano.
He's got a lot of hit points.
Yeah, I don't think we really need to kill him. We're just being mean at this point. Hit him with fire.
Why does this one have more hit points than all the others? You want me to use my fire? Okay.
Secretly a boss. I would kill him. It puts him in the hit stun, right? It makes him easier to deal with.
This guy's immortal.
Good. I like that. You should hire him.
Look how much damage we did. Any other of these enemies would be dead by now.
Yeah. Probably the boss.
I think it's a secret boss. I mean, we could just go to the right, it looks like.
Nope.
The other thing is, they're not doing the confuse attack that the other ones did. Oh! Oh!
The bronze spear.
I like this jingle. Okay, so now I think I can hit the switch because I've got a heavier spear because I had horn spear, now I have bronze spear.
Couldn't tell you.
Let me look at the
bone spear.
Wow,
Make a save state, okay?
Okay.
Choose to save, I think. Okay. A lot of ice in the veins on that one. I accidentally hit the wrong function key.
So I think with this item I can now... What's going on up here? Oh, I guess we don't need to go anywhere. We need to go back to the main room.
And heft the spear at somebody.
So that was a secret
So you
boss,
wanted
but there was like no boss music.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
What's that here to the left? I'm guessing nothing, but might as well look. Okay, looks like it's nothing. Hard nothing, baby.
Oh, I thought you might be sniffing something over there.
No, I'm never doing that.
Hang on. I found
I'm running right through the world.
something.
I'm running right through the world.
What the hell is this?
We have an audience with Romeo. Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
What's going on here?
Speaking of Draconius' prom night. You know Romeo, right?
Romeo and like the Shakespeare play?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I did think that balcony joke was good. I just
Hey! It's Romeo!
It's Romeo.
Is it locked because the dog got separated?
Do you think the dog's catching up?
I'm not doing anything.
There we go.
There's the dog. There's the dog. Madronius, is that you? No, it's Romeo.
I'm not Madronius.
Madronius.
His brother.
How do you know him? I'm a dog.
He gave me the revealer formula so that I could cross big pits and find the diamond eyes.
Leave this guy. It's a good idea to collect the diamond eyes now. I hear that they're looking for them. Others, they're looking for them too. I can help you with your journey with this fireball formula. We already had fireball.
We had
flash.
This is fireball.
I swap in the big boys.
So we get
I think that's a brimstone. That red boy is a brimstone.
So we finally have to start choosing.
Yeah.
What does Atlas require?
Yeah, let's save our progress in game. Why not?
Colossia secret. Oh, I was thinking this was the way back, but do I have to go back the whole way? That I just came?
I don't know. I think maybe we did something cool.
I guess so.
Is that really supposed to happen? Or I guess that was just like an optional spell, right?
Yeah. I don't know where I'm going anymore. Oh.
Where do we go? Can't see arm nor face or any other part. Brad. There's his face. I can totally see his face, 100%. Yeah, that was the face. Hey, it's my boy. Okay, now I can't. Oh no, I can see his face in the bottom left. We've made the plot of Romeo and Juliet very different.
Okay, I made it out. I'll try to leave the room so that the dog can return. Or
sounds good. If Romeo's disembodied head was floating in the bottom left of Juliet's vision, I think that would have been a bit of a different story. Also a dog. And how many hit points Romeo had? That's a good question. If you had to assign Romeo a level, a JRPG character, what level would Romeo be?
60.
60?
16.
16, okay. That feels about right.
Or maybe 5. I don't know.
Okay, 5. Interesting. Hooray! Dog returning.
I don't know. I don't really have any...
I think he would be just getting out of low level, right? But he's not done anything yet, right?
He's definitely low level.
In the game Romeo and Juliet, they're like 14, right? They're pretty young, like 16, somewhere in that range. They did it different back then. You know what I mean, arranged marriages and stuff.
I suppose so.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting you got stun locked by that slime.
Okay, we definitely need some
Yeah.
biscuits.
Put Romeo probably at around like, yeah, level like 12 to like 16. 16 feels like the highest I would want to give to him.
Wait, it wasn't this way, was it?
No, we just did a little, yeah.
How do we get out of this room? Let me out.
No. Let me out.
Is that the way?
you gotta
No,
go that
that was like the end of it, right?
Yeah. So if we're backtracking, it'll be this way.
Should we come?
There's a cool kind of place where
Oh.
the coppers won't start a Jugmander and Among Us died
Good thing
forever.
we saved.
Yes. It is a good thing we saved. All right.
Okay.
Velocious Secret, Chugmander. Let's go. It's a cool kind of place. The coppers won't spot it. But every day I'm hiding the body.
I wish you could sell me stuff. That's what I really want at this point. We just need like healing ability. Wait, is there anything over here? No.
We always use the old Paul McCartney and Wings. Get out of there.
Yeah, actually, that would work, eh?
Yeah.
Oh wait, they're an item, eh?
Yeah. Wings. Ooh. And jet.
Cool. So we could go back and buy stuff.
Only place was on the moon. Found some ruin.
Do you think the stuff will stay revealed that we revealed, or do you think it'll have to be re-revealed?
I have no clue. Oh, God, this guy's back. This jumping asshole. Get out of here.
Alright.
It's music. What level do you think Juliet would be? We really didn't go very far, did we?
Oh. Oh, okay, so this guy you can use call beads. I always forget about the call beads. Where's the...
Yes. Not use them, really.
Is this Madronius or whatever his name was? Or is this someone else?
Oh, this is what's-her-face. I think you can save with her, but I'm not sure.
Oh, like stay at an inn?
Yeah. Our 20 green gemeralds. You can stay on this mud in the open during the day. It's very restful.
Wasn't there a guy that sold stuff? Oh, here he is.
Yeah. Madronius's identical twin.
So
32, 31.
Oh, so what I don't have is water.
We're in a desert.
I have lots of roots, but no water. Right? That's what I need for a heal, I think. What?
Maybe grab some brimstone? I don't know. Not an expert at this, I gotta admit. Not paying attention.
Okay, heal needs water. I'm out of water.
It's level 2 though. It's the only spell that's not level 0.
Yep. Well, I think our fire spell that we got rid of.
Maybe was. Yeah, we killed.
So we've got no revives because we don't have bones. We need bones for revives. So I want bones. I want... Oh, crush needs... Is that clay? No. What's the green block? It's not listed in my ingredients.
I have no idea then.
brick and
Crushed
wax.
titanium
Okay, so I need water.
tonight.
Well, let's just buy some vinegar in case we need it. I figure we can never have enough roots.
We could use the vinegar to catch less flies. We can find some water too. Seems to be a river.
Yeah, that's the... There's the rub. Wait. Can we just go back to the village?
Maybe.
Did someone...
Shakespeare?
What is this over here? How do we
Area that we came through, yeah.
Oh.
So there's the pit, I think. Maybe the bridge. We jumped through a pit. And then showed up in that camp, I think.
What do you think's to the south here?
No clue. I'm southbound. Maybe I'm coming home you. Let's
Like,
try it.
mainly, I'm just worried because we don't have any way to heal at this point. Have we even been down here? We haven't, have we?
There's an urn or a...
Because we kind of teleported. Like, we crossed the bridge, and then we stepped into that hole.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
The amphora. Some water. An ethanol.
That's an unexpected thing to find there.
Somebody's been making some hooch. I'll try to sniff out some water for you. Do you think it'll help if I sniff in real life?
Oh,
There's the hole. I'm stuck.
okay. Oh, and we couldn't go north without the reveal spell, right? So...
Yeah.
So there must be a way to go back to the right.
I wonder if you can get water just by going up to the water. Wacky idea, I know. Try it. Hear me out, though.
Only in very
That work?
specific spots where somebody has previously buried some water for you to pick up.
Right. The watering hole.
Like, we're basically just out of healing
Yeah.
and to heal with.
Probably go back, but we have that very excellent conveyor belt thingy that made me laugh.
At least the dancing fools are taking a turn to around here.
Yeah, that's good. These were absolute jerks.
Do you think every room has exactly 2 enemies that it can support?
Seems that way. Maybe that's just how ecology works, Brad. That's just nature. It's the carrying capacity of this ecosystem is 2.
Okay. Yeah, so there must be an item or some sort of shop around here, but I don't remember which.
I think it was up. To the left or to the up rightish.
So I think in the main room we can hit the switch with the bronze sphere now.
Yeah. Sounds likely. Shouldn't be too hard to get back to that area. Hi, matey. Welcome to my inn.
Sure.
First day in the night.
Maybe this
Hey,
time the
good
dog
lad.
can sleep in the hammock.
Yeah, I'm into it.
The boy will curl up on the floor.
Yeah. A hammock? I mean, honestly, the floor might be better for your back. Know what I'm saying?
Possibly. Oh, looks like G-Force is here. Hi there, G40 RC378. How's it going?
Floor has very good lumbar support, it's true.
Were you playing more La Milana? You're the sacred dog.
Or that's... Come on, you can tell me. Arr.
Oh, I like that. So we haven't heard all the things the dog can say.
You know the
earlier.
dogs. Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Aha.
Buy items. Nectar. G40 RC 378.
Okay, these are all good things to have. Can't carry any more nectar because I just bought a bunch. Made some more progress and stuck again. That sounds like La Milana.
Like this game, alright? Kind of what we're dealing with, right? Hello, matey. You'll be wanting some of my armor.
I think I already have all his armor.
Yeah, I think we bought this stuff and then immediately never used it because we got better stuff in the arena. Times just like that.
Is there not an alchemy store in here? Uh-oh.
Might be elsewhere. Are we dead? Oh. And then you went down the stairs.
Okay.
The stairs are having a real hard time in this game. Okay. It's really doing its best. It's trying so hard.
I wonder if I can buy...
Stay out here, Chugbander. You mind? They're trying to make the punches.
Do you think anyone in here might sell some water?
I think the water here is not potable. Jarg, the floodwaters be a scourge. Look at all those flaming skull braziers. Or are those sconces? I think those would be sconces. Flaming skull sconce.
I don't know, I would say
real skulls.
brazier. I think there's a place over here. Yeah, this cave. Oh wait, no, that's just a cave.
You gotta find Blimpo or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Blimp lives up here, doesn't he?
No. He's got the hookup. He's got that sick monster face on the wall.
Yeah, give me the water.
The water. Oh man, so much water. You're gonna bankrupt this. Stonks.
And bones.
Water to the moon, etc. Right? Limestone. Water.
So that's what that one was.
This is Hito Low. Agua.
I want more limestone. Oh well.
Jib is one low. Hey.
Okay. I think we're... So now we can actually have the ability to heal. I wonder where we get the medallions we need for Atlas. I think you have to trade for them.
Fire. Someone on fire.
What's on fire?
Wait.
What?
Someone on fire with your new fireball spell.
Oh, you want to see that working? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I want to see burnt sailor. Damage.
5 damage.
You're gonna have to level up somehow. And it's certainly not by not setting people on fire.
That is true. Let's see how it does on a single. 13.
13. This is bonked me with an anchor. Bonk.
It's funny how this game, like, it keeps giving you spells that are always, they're trash at first level, which is a thing that Secret of Mana did. Like, this game really does build on the things Secret of Mana did.
Yeah. Those designs. Very nice. And the heat.
Though I would say that I think
Mm-hmm.
many of the characters in Secret of Mana had... Are you going to try and jump the bridge again? Is that what you're...
No. Many of the characters in Secret of Mana.
Many of the characters in Secret of Mana had a little more personality than the characters in this game somehow.
A lot more personality, I would say.
Not... I wouldn't say a lot, but...
I don't know. Name 2 characters.
Like, we just met that guy in the temple, Romeo, whatever his name was.
Yeah. Someone's brother. I don't think he had a name. I think he was just.
Yeah, he mentioned who his brother was, and then gave us plot. I didn't save.
I don't think so. You got anchored.
But at least we know where to go now.
Yeah. I have to hit F for it.
Where did I save last?
I have no clue. Kept on telling them no, I don't want to save. I'm doing a hardcore Iron Man run of.
We're all the way back
Secret
here. That's
the devil.
Okay. It's a long way back.
What?
Oh wait, we've got wings.
We sure do.
Be weep.
We are winged.
All right.
Oh, wingmander. Yeah.
Okay, so you do have to reveal things a second time.
Okay, so we can go back to camp. Your dog's dead. If you want. Save there. Right?
Yeah.
I should have been slamming that save state button real hard. Here,
Yeah, I should have just been saving every time. Okay. So we want lots of roots. And I'm trying to keep everything else above like 20 or so.
Dog elsewhere. I don't know. Dog answers when called.
Alright, I'll stop saying no to the save option.
Yeah.
Was this the way back?
It's a way back. I like how there's just statues in the middle of nowhere doing nothing.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't, was it? Because we had to go... Or wait, we could go through here? We can go through here.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Is it Henderson dialect?
I don't. It's not an open grave. It's an archaeological dig site.
That's the same thing.
Maybe.
I think we have to go down from here. But it's, I guess at that point it's a science grave. Completely different. Remember dialect.
Dancing fools.
Get me away from them.
Tired of fighting dancing fools.
Yeah, they're stupid. Throw stuff at them. Get out of my way. You're ugly. You smell like a butt. Murder dog. Okay. Look at those two. What a pose. They're so stoic, so still. Open grave nap. Gravy.
I like how all our attacks do big numbers on this guy now.
Yeah, it's because he's a chump.
I think there's a breakpoint at 50 where the numbers get big.
Oh, it's like big. Like I like numbers.
Okay, I guess let's go see Blimp.
Okay. Into it.
At least we figured out where all the stuff is this time.
Yes. Reoriented ourselves. Sniffing up a storm over here. That's your Nyko and G40. Looks good. That's treating you well. Are you excited for the release of Guilty Gear Strive, Brad? Latest installment in the Guilty Gear franchise.
I've not really actually ever played a Guilty Gear. Maybe I should.
Fun. They're like really fast. Lots of buttons. That interests you. If you want your character to fly all around. About Virtua Fighter 5? Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, I think I just got some sort of Virtua Fighter on PlayStation. It's
yes,
part
you
of
did. And
PlayStation Plus.
The voice acting in it is absolutely incredible. I would call the voice acting in Virtua Fighter or as what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, your dog's dead. Who? For real? is the right word for the voice acting in Virtua Fighter? It's really quite something. Dog is dead, so it might take a while.
He's not dead, he's just hungry. Or tired.
Apparently, the fine folks at Sega said that they aren't going to use rollback netcode in Virtua Fighter 5, but don't worry. We have a solution set up. Deal with the lag. We're calling it absorb. It absorbs the lag. So it's not delay netcode because that sounds bad, but it's also not rollback.
Hang on,
that would be lying.
Free nectar. There we go.
Would be lying. Instead, what we have is absorb netcode. Oh baby.
There we go.
I don't know about that. It seems like a solved problem, right? The netcode thing is more or less for fighting games. I think it's not an issue anymore.
Yeah.
I know it's not one size fits all. You got to implement it in your game, right? I'm not saying that like.
Well, I would say I wouldn't say that rollback netcode is the only way to go. There are different ways to do a thing, but it's been dramatically better than the things I'd seen before for fighting. Like Street Fighter 4, playing it online was terrible. I don't know what they did for that one, but
yeah,
it just was goofy. And
I think they had the precursor to Sega's Absorb. No, it was just delay based. It was just like your regular old.
Yeah.
For fighting games, I think that rollback netcode is like it makes the one thing that you need to have.
Oh no, I accidentally went. Oh, it let me.
Fighting games work, which is accurate inputs.
Right? Ooh,
right?
What's going on here?
So many different ways to glitch out this elevator. I love it.
Okay, so we've got items, we've got ingredients. We can go back to the Coliseum. Was that what it was called?
Coliseum, I think, because for whatever reason they just didn't let themselves call it Coliseum. Also not a Coliseum, so there's that. So there's a lot of questions to answer. Certainly, like, I'm willing for there to be other solutions and people to find other things that do work, right? Like,
yeah,
if somebody comes up with a proposition for how to solve the netcode situation for fighting games or any online game, by all means, be my guest. Like, at this point, it's a thing that works and people just want it to be in the game.
Yeah.
Look at the moonwalk. Look at the moonwalk.
Like GGPO and things like it, like there's always
good.
Oh, I can't use the nectar and pick it up. I have to psychically know that that's nectar so I can use my nectar before I pick it up.
Absorbent like paper towel. Yeah. Hopefully.
Oh, so wait. We could go. Do you think that pit that we jumped into before? I want to go back to it.
Somewhere fun.
Well, you know how we jumped into this and then end up in the camp? Do you think I can reveal it here?
Quite maybe.
Ah.
Oh baby. Look at that. I'm stuck, so you gotta leave without me. What
Oh
on
wow,
God's green earth is that guy?
this is
Push him. Fireball him.
Son of
Son of
Set.
Seth.
It's got a pumpkin head.
I think it's like a snake. Cobra boy.
Okay, that's probably the
I'm
way to
stuck.
the other dungeon.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
Because he said we have to go to the... There's a pyramid to the south and the Colossia, or whatever it is, to the north.
Yeah. Hopefully the fine folks at Sega don't skimp on the absorbent netcode and get like the good 2-ply stuff. You know what I mean? You hate to see people cut corners. Man, that made me die.
Wait, so we need to go up here, right? And
Yeah.
only got 9 reveals left. And I'll have to find some more wax and ash to proceed.
I've been finding the I've been following the Guilty Gear news with interest. But honestly I don't think I'm gonna pick it up.
I like some of the Guilty Gear characters, even though I've never actually played a Guilty Gear game. Like
Old Bad Guy. What a name. Imagine calling one of the characters in your game Bad Guy.
Wait, is there a character named Bad Guy?
Yeah, there's a character in the game named Soul Bad Guy.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh wait, we have a cure spell that I can use to cure us of poison. Maybe it would be effective here.
Played a lot of X and Xer. That's good. Like, honestly, it looks like a sick game. It's just like, I don't have time. It's really the thing. I've been playing Street Fighter 3rd Strike. Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. The announcer. That game is incredibly good.
Did you get poisoned again when I wasn't looking?
Sure did. Sure did, baby. And I've been playing all things, fighting games for the Game Boy. This is as a source of fascination. Yeah, Third Strike sounds amazing. And it also has Makoto in it. And she kick, she yell. She's everything you could want. I got plagued. Is it gonna be bad or... Just love that she's always kicking and yelling. I just enjoy that. Now, there's some characters like you can like skip out a victory or whatever, and that's fine.
So at the top right of this room was a place we could save.
I think so, yeah.
So I think I'll do that because I think we're headed to the end of this dungeon.
But then there's other characters where like you can do a half-screen roundhouse kick and just like
You
obliterate somebody. Dog is... I don't know where the dog's going.
Let's see if he comes back.
Glitched?
We'll just wait. The dog's just taking the long way around.
Yeah, we're along the whole world.
I think all those times when it seemed to have locked, it might have been a situation like this where the dog's just gonna be a while. Or it might have locked.
Got it.
It might have actually locked.
The dog's just returned to his people.
Possibly.
To his planet.
Maybe it has locked. Maybe it has locked.
I put a save state right before this, so...
Oh, really? Well,
just let me know. Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Okay. Kapow. Oh, I had to focus on the window. Sorry. Kapow.
Oh, I see.
Timing was pretty good, right?
It's funny, like I was literally headed to a save, and because of that stupid guy...
Shoot.
I think this is gonna happen every time.
Gotta upgrade your tactics. Fireball him to death or something. Which is now level 1, that's something. Shaga.
Oh wow, look at that
Way
damage. Hey you. Hall of Colossia.
See you later.
Oh yeah, I think
Classic.
Colossia is the name of the whole area, or I don't know.
Dog. I
Okay.
don't know where the dog is, so just don't worry about me.
Well, I had to throw a shield at the spear at this thing, but my spear was too weak. I had to get another spear. Here we go. Probably a boss. Sounds like a boss. What we got here? We're getting drained.
Oh no.
Where are you, boss? What was that?
No.
Oh.
Oh. It's like the guy from.
It's a Megator.
It's like the guy from Volcano.
Oh, he's got Crush.
They don't know where I am, so. Can you swing me the camera just real quick? Okay. Alright, here we go. And we're back.
How did I unbecome boy?
I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
Unbecome boy.
Wowzers.
People pay a lot for that. You have 5 hit points there, big boy. Oh man.
Let's
Dying.
let's get some buffs.
Yeah, we want to be as buff as the Maxitar.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
Bit it for 269 damage.
Nice. I'm gonna crush it. The crush seems to be doing well now that it's hit a level. Oh, where'd it go?
You just made him disappear. So. You got crushed back though.
His crush clearly needs to level up.
And geez, he doesn't get a lot of practice. He's spending all his time living inside that brazier. That's a brazier. No doubt about it. There's dog. How dare. I think he's going into the fire is the vibe. That's
Crush seems to be effective.
Stole my charge. Your menuing stole my charge that time. That's fine. It ate one of my inputs.
Oh.
It's fine. I don't care. Roll back menuing. 209. Wow. Your dog's almost dead. Use reveal.
The thing is, like, I literally can't cast reveal in most places. Like, so you won't let me.
That cool visual glitch, though. Kind of looked like you were healing Minotaur there.
The Minotaur can drain us to heal itself.
Yeah. I think that's canon. You know, the Minotaur drank blood in Greek history. That's history, right? I don't know. That game Hades gave you a lot. I think gave a lot of people a better classics education than their high school diploma did.
Do you think there ever was a labyrinth?
Yeah. People make those things all the time.
Well, I mean, as an actual dungeon where they put people as punishment.
Yeah, I mean, that seems legit. Like, you know, maybe it wasn't this absolutely sprawling complex. You are doomed to wander forever. Yeah, Labyrinth was a good movie. Is that the one where you get to see David Bowie's Ding Dong? Or is that his booty? And the crush. Hit for 0.
No, that's the man who fell to Earth. only get to see the outward shape of it in Labyrinth,
okay.
I guess.
The whole family. You'll laugh, you'll cry. Bring the kids next time.
Did our defend wear off? Oh no, we're confounded.
Okay, interesting. Confounded Minotaur was scaring my dog. Come to me, come to me. I want to munch you. There you go. I just did 255. Oh man. David Bowie. Yeah. 28. 86. We're playing bingo now.
Oh,
Okay, we're no longer confounded. That's good. Me bite.
nice.
A lot of the enemies just explode. For like no good reason. Yeah, we can fill them with squibs. If that 10 damage and killed you.
Hey, we got a diamond eye.
It was inside the Minotaur all along.
Oh, it just teleports us out. Yay!
It does us a solid and admits that the dungeon is too boring to backtrack through.
It would have been like a really short walk out though, because it's like right next to the main room.
Yeah. On the fire, you know what to do. Wow. I guess these guys don't have a lot of hit points. Zuga-duga, zuga-duga, zuga-gia.
Been plagued.
Wow, wow, wow.
Okay.
Let's get out of here. I'm surprised we made so few Scooby-Doo references while playing through this crap.
Why would
Seems
Revealer need to level up? That's an interesting concept to me.
It's gonna get more and more revealing every time. What is that bridge even wearing?
Should we go back to camp? Should we deal with this dancing fool?
I think it's time to save. It's time to save. And I think it's a good session, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, so it's been a little over 2 hours. That's a pretty good
They're
one.
like 3 hours in. 3 hours in, it's like 10:30. Boy, Liam's gotta get up and work tomorrow. Oh, I found some dead bodies. Over here.
What have you found? Brimstone.
Dead bodies. In Brimstone.
Let's see what Horace has to say. He'd like to assist me.
Okay. We had this conversation before, but we lost it.
See,
Because the dog.
like he just doesn't have anything to say that isn't. Here's
Mechanics.
the thing. Yeah. Oh.
We don't need wing anymore. I don't need to sing the McCartney thing.
Do you think we'll need levitate again?
I really couldn't tell you. We definitely don't need escape because we have the wing item, right? Tell you that much.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. It was redundant. Not required. More than is necessary. Excessive.
I think we could use more wax.
We don't need more roots.
We always need more roots.
Boo. Good luck, kid. Good luck.
All right.
D.
A nice nap by the fire.
In broad daylight with blue. That's very daytime of the night sort of situation.
So
Even in a video.
I think that thing that held us up severely in the middle of that dungeon probably wouldn't have been much of a problem in single player, Like, I imagine it was a situation like where we both had to succeed at once, and it was kind of fussy.
Yes.
And synchronizing ourselves was how did we eventually do it? Did you just send one of us across? I forget.
I think just you ran.
Hmm.
We went to one player.
I
I think
know.
it's easier to do with the dog because the dog is muy fast.
Yeah. Is that a crunch?
But what a crunch!
Oh.
Oh no, it was some Velcro.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you ate a chip, and I was looking at the video feed to see what you were eating at a 10-second delay or whatever it is. But okay, so that was good. So we found
the thing.
We got a few new spells.
You got a cool spear.
And we got a new spear, and we found a diamond eye.
We more or less know where to go next time, right? Down to the left or whatever.
Yeah, so we crossed that bridge that we fell into the first time. What happens if we fall into it again? Let's try that before we stop. I'm curious about that. Itch.
Scratch that itch. We found a few more glitches that were fun. Got a few good laughs out of the game. Acting up. Cemented our hatred for these dancing fools.
Yeah, I'll be glad to not fight those in the next area.
Extremely annoying.
So, like this one. We fell into this and, like, Horus rescued us or whatever. Oh, there's, like, an underwater cave down there. You should avoid doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, and he, like, teases us about not knowing Revealer.
Yeah.
What does Revealer cost to use?
No memory.
Where's Reveal? Revealer. 2 ash, 1 wax. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easily obtainable items. It's level 1 now. That's good.
I could definitely use more ash then. I want to buy some more ash.
Okay. Sneaky. It happened. Night came.
Yeah, why don't I just max out these things?
I don't know. Why not? Equipment in this game does not seem to matter all that much, so.
There.
Luck kid. Alrighty.
Okay. So next time we'll go find the pyramid and we'll get the other diamond eye, and then we'll put the diamond eye. We'll have to go all the way back to the. Or we've got amulets now. We don't have the long trip to the thingy.
Yeah, we got those amulets of annihilation to take the rowboat across the desert with the skeleton, right? Makes sense. Okay, this is fun. Brad, thanks so much.
All right. So that's been good. So goodbye, everybody who's been watching. See you later, Enigma Wave, G-Force.
Absolutely.
Anybody who's still
Great evening.
here.